right, peace to the family. This is Brandon B. Dixon, and you're tuned into another episode of the Power of Ownership Podcast. All right, we're coming here this week. You got my co-host Barry Bolston in the building.
How you doing? A little late on that one.
Got the delayed response.
The delayed reaction.
Yes. So, real quick, we're going to do the intros. We're going to introduce the podcast and get into this week's topic real quick. We're going to have to do a real quick show. All right, so my name is Brandon B. Dixon, published author, serial entrepreneur, mortgage broker. My book, Sales: The Nucleus of Any Profession, is out right now. I'm going to give you a copy on Amazon right now. If you need a mortgage, go to my website, www.applywithb.com. We're going to talk more about that later on. Shout out to our sponsors, www.houstonCondoSales.com. Go to that site if you're looking for a condo in the Houston area. It's for Houstonians, by Houstonians. So go ahead and check that out. I'm on it every day. Go to www.bullypalace.com. If you got any dogs, pet accessories, dog swag, shampoos, you got all that stuff on there. Go ahead and check it out. Barry, go ahead and introduce yourself. We're going to introduce the podcast and get going.
All right, how's everybody doing? Barry Bolston, realtor with KW Professionals. You can give me a call at 832-786-1270. You can email me at barryb@kw.com. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Houston, surrounding areas, Pearland, Woodlands, Cypress, wherever, give me a call. You can Google me. If you put in Homes by Barry B, you're going to get me. So I'm on Facebook, IG, TikTok, and my website is www.homesbybarryb.com.
Gotcha. So this is your first time tuning in to the Power of Ownership Podcast, where we talk about not only ownership of properties, intellectual properties, businesses, but we also talk about ownership of the mind, body, and soul, taking it to the next level, bridging the gap between the seen and the unseen realm. So we don't just talk about just mortgages and, mortgage advice. We kind of take it a step further and give you, the tools the working tools that you need to succeed. So let's go ahead and get it started. We're not going to keep going too long, but let's talk about the hot topic that everybody's talking about right now, which is everybody know, the second quarter going to be coming. The report's going to be coming in officially. You get 2 quarters in a row. That's slowdown. You're talking about a recession. So let's give the recession survival pack. Let's talk about how to survive in a recession, things that you should be doing in a recession, and let's go ahead, give some solutions. So this whole thing gonna be kind of solutions based, so we can cut it real short, and how to prepare, for the actual upcoming recession, because it could last about a year and a half sometimes.
Yeah, it could last. Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and turn the floor to you, and then I'll go ahead and rebuttal, and then go ahead.
Okay, so when the recession you're looking for, but a recession is when you have a slowdown in production and sales for, like I say, at least 2 quarters, 6 months. And we've noticed that, just going to the grocery store, less products, and also that price is going up. And when you get that inflation, you notice it with gas also. Production is down and that price is up. And so we're getting ready to get into this recession. And one of the solutions that I'm going to talk about, we talked about it in another podcast, is getting that multiple streams of income. So a lot of people are going to get, companies might start laying off. And so you're going to need to get that multiple streams of income to come in to help you with that.
Right. There's a few different. Let me talk philosophy first, and then I'll actually talk about the tangible things that you need to do. But most people, most of the worker class people think hoard and save when it comes to recession. I'll start penny pinching when it comes to recession. The well-off and the wealthy think now's the time to spend, and now's the time to get richer during a recession. Everybody talk about buying a dip. That's the perfect opportunity to go ahead and spend. I'd rather go broke with trying to get rich as opposed to go broke than consuming, buying some Gucci belts or something like that.
Holding stuff.
So material stuff that don't do anything. So philosophy-wise, you have to switch your mentality into recession and running to it instead of running away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by running to it is that, you know, the money that you're gonna sit there and save, definitely save your nest egg. Get your 6 months of reserves if anything happens. If you got money to sit in the bank, other than that, that's dumb. You need to be buying, sitting there to the side, get your Fidelity account, get your Robinhood account, get your Coinbase account, and have that sitting there ready for when the bottom hits.
Mm-hmm.
And the bottom will hit, like when the stock market gets the lowest that it can. And then you're going to get a whole bunch of value stocks that you can go ahead and buy. Go ahead and scoop those up. I'm talking about good companies, not just anything. Apple, Tesla,
And Amazon just split, didn't they?
Right, Amazon.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so
they just split their stock.
So getting the good companies, not just the risky stock, but get good companies because you know it's going to rise back up, and that's going to be something that you can sit there 5-10 years. You let it sit there. There's nothing that you're going to get rich quick, but you're going to see it's going to increase your wealth. Also, it's a good time to go ahead and invest in those businesses. Like you just said, the 7 streams of income. You need to get like Amazon business, a Shopify business, to where you're selling something on that Etsy, where you're selling products or goods or crap, whatever you're good. I know you like some. I know you got some type of talent where you make dolls, you make, anything, glitter, whatever, something, glue. You can get online and learn how to make candles. You can get online and learn how to make anything. So get online, learn how to make something, put your label on it, and go from there. But now's the time to invest in that business to where when the recession do hit, you got those 7 streams of income. But if the stock market needs to be for you, even if you're not comfortable with the stock market needs to be for you. It's not. What's more risky? You gambling on the game, or you actually putting money in the stock market where you know these companies are here to stay. Apple's here to stay. Disney's here to stay. Amazon is here to stay. So these companies not going anywhere anytime soon.
And I'm glad you said that about not hoarding the money, because if you look up things about the recession, all the experts tell you about put your money onto the side, put your money to the side. But one thing that I heard one time is that the people that if they are telling you to sell, then you need to buy. If they telling you to buy, you need to sell.
Right.
Because those are the people that's running the media and these sites that's telling you to put your money to the side. They're making money while you're sitting there holding. Like you say, you're not making any money.
Right.
You're hoarding it.
Right.
Invest that money.
Right.
That's how they getting richer. They're gonna buy it when it dips. That's when they're gonna start buying it, and then it's going back up. Now they're richer.
Right. And you just in turn got the 0.01% in interest that you have
on your account.
Because you're scared in case anything happens.
And that's what it is, fear.
Right, fear.
Because a lot of people don't know what a recession is. They keep, the recession is coming, the recession is coming.
Right.
So you thinking this big bad wolf is coming, let me get all my stuff, because if he comes, I don't want him to take my...
Right.
No.
Right. The next step as well is that you need to start preparing is start working on your habits. And start, if you are tighten the belt, start tightening the belt on stuff that you know you don't need.
Yes.
If you Uber Eats every day, let's try to do Uber Eats twice a week or once a week. Start cutting that back. If you're a smoker, you gonna go instead of doing 2 ounces a day,
2 cartons, huh?
2 cartons a day or whatever. Cut it down. So start cutting down some habits. A wise man told me, well, not even a wise man, there was a gas station owner told me this, and it stuck with me. I don't know if I said this on air before, but this was right after I graduated high school, and I already had a summertime job, and I was trying to get another one. And so I was like 18 years old or whatever. No, I graduated when I was 17, excuse me. So like right at 17, 18 years old. They're like, yeah, I was like, man, let me go ahead and give me an application to be an overnight clerk. And like, it's like, why you can't work during the day? Like, I already got a job during the day. I want something for overnight too. He's like, yeah, you don't need a second job. He said, just cut down on the cigarettes, the drinking, and the women.
And the women. There you go.
So, and it hit me because I don't drink, smoke, and so I'm like, man. So it hit me that if you control your habits, you don't need as much income.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about how much you make; it's how much you can keep and how well you can manage what you got.
Mm-hmm.
So cut down on some of the habits. You go in the strip club every weekend, go once a month. So the splurges, strain yourself now for when it hits.
So when it hits,
it's not as a dramatic a crash. So start training yourself now. So when the money dry up, it's not. When the last recession hit, I used to have a bad thing of buying Gators, and I love Gator sneakers and Gator shoes. I would buy a pair of Gators every week. I had to slow up on that. And last time I wasn't prepared in '08, so I had my same spending habits, and the economy slowed up.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Yeah.
So that's one thing I recommend is go ahead and start changing your spending habits now.
So get those things that are important.
Right. So stop. The last thing I want to say, I would advise is get into real estate.
Yeah.
Don't get scared. They say there's a real estate crash. It's highly unlikely it's going to be a real estate crash, but it is likely that
it'll be a slowdown.
There's going to be a slowdown.
Slowdown on those values.
But I would say get real estate now, while everybody else is scared. Be the salmon that goes up the river, and get into real estate now and hold on, buy real estate and hold, get that land. Instead of people don't realize, man. If you look at one outfit nowadays, let's say one splurging weekend, you can buy a parcel of land for one splurging weekend because you outfit, $1,000 T-shirt, you're looking at $2,500 shoes, you're looking at $1,000 jeans, you're looking at shades, $300, $400, $500. Sometimes you talking about buffs, you're talking about $1,000. You're talking about renting a car or something for the weekend. That's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So a good time splurge, you could buy you a plot of land that you could later on build a multiplex on for $10,000 to $12,000 in the country. Because what's going to happen, just like Houston, everything eventually going to expand. Who would have thought that now they're looking at Sealy, developing Sealy?
All that.
Yeah, that's how far Houston about to stretch out.
Yeah.
Because 99 just opened all the way around.
It's opened up now.
So now they're going to start developing
further
out. So if you had used a plot of land, which was the country 10 years ago, now it's going to be the city. That land is going to be valuable. So you put that, instead of just sitting in the bank, you put it in the land, you sit on it 5 years, instead of that 10 become 50. Yeah. Sometimes 90.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't get that in no bank.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So one thing's for sure, that land is not going to be worth zero. Land is,
land is always going to have value.
So if the stock market is too risky for you, buy land. Don't buy clothes, buy land.
That's the safest investment.
Right.
Really.
Buy something, buy something that's going to appreciate. Buy land. If you got that old decapitated house, buy it, sit on it.
That house that grandma, I knew somebody that their grandmother passed and left from a house. Nobody lived in the house because it was, it was run down and everything. But it's like, hold that. Then you can fix it up.
Right.
Now you can rent it out because people are always going to need somewhere to stay.
Right. Always. So, man, the parcels of land, man, especially in Texas, man, we got so many. If you got something on the outskirts of Dallas, Austin, Houston, even San Antonio.
And even land, if you can get land inside the loop, that's real value.
Well, land inside the loop could be astronomical price. You're looking at $100,000 just for just the land with nothing on it. Probably more, maybe.
Some people might own it and don't know it. A grandpa or somebody bought that land, bought that property, or maybe they have an old house on that land.
Right. But I'm talking about if you
go out and buy it, yeah.
Right, if you could get land for like low 5 figures in the country, and then if you're in other states, you're in Louisiana, even cheaper. Louisiana, Arkansas, stuff like that. Buy those land that's on the outskirts and then sit on it. That's how people don't realize that's how Master P got rich.
Mm-hmm.
He bought a lot of land that was in Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, as they started developing Baton Rouge, that land became valuable. You know, so instead of sitting there buying cars and buying clothes and stuff like that have no value,
No.
that's why they call it butter. Remember they baby boy
Guns
and
and butter.
Yeah,
Guns and
butter
butter.
melts. You know, so guns, at least you know you have something that's going to be valuable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that later on that you could use.
Yeah.
So buy that land and just sit on it, man. Barry will help you out with the transaction of the buy that land. And usually there's not too much financing, but there's financing available. Usually they want you to put 50% down. So if you got 10 and you see something that's 20, you know that
you can close quick.
You close quick on land. It's a lot different than but instead you got 10, 15, 20 in the bank that's sitting there, and buy your parcel of land. I guarantee you, after the recession is over, even if you sell it for 50% more, I spent 10, I sell it for 15. You're not gonna get that having sitting in the bank.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now's the time to buy stuff. Now's the time, and then if you wait till the end of the year, now's the time to buy that commercial property, because what's gonna happen is most people ain't go back to work this year. So commercial's hurting.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of vacancies.
It's a lot.
So you could do a couple of different things. You could, if you want to buy, that's too rich for your blood to buy. You can negotiate long-term leases and then sublease that thing.
Yeah.
When boys start going back, because they will.
They will go back.
Yeah. So you could negotiate leases for, dirt cheap, and then sublease that boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same thing with the Airbnb. A lot of us don't even own a lot of them Airbnbs. They're the middleman.
Yeah.
You know, so you can middleman a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so many ways to get paid. I think my philosophy is, if you broke in the United States, you want to be broke. There's so many ways. If you can't make $1 million off of your phone, then you are something's wrong. You know, you're using it for entertainment. You use it to talk to hookups and stuff like that. And this is the perfect opportunity, the perfect tool for you to enrich yourself.
Yeah,
enrich your family.
This time is not like any other time.
And you can sit on your phone and make you $1 million from your phone.
I mean, just going. Yeah, when we go back talking about that multiple streets, you have all these different ways that you can make money.
Right.
From your phone.
Right.
Computer. Laptop.
I was watching somebody earlier today. I like to watch people that inspire me and to get better instead of just watching, arbitrary stuff on shows. Now I got my shows that I like that I watch. Shark Tank is one of them, but
yeah.
However, I was watching some of the top originators in my field. Only the 100 million plus a year. I want to get to that. I did 100 million in 4 years, but some of these people do 100 million in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys is a guy in Ohio. His name is Scott Snap. I was watching him earlier, and how he said he got his referral partners. He did an old school sales route, and he would go to realtors' offices in his city and surrounding cities every week. It's like a sale, like a milkman would do back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a sales route. We'll check in. Even if you get cursed out there, all right, I'll see you next week. And he did that like clockwork every week for 2 years, 3 years. And then eventually, everybody started giving him business because every day, every Thursday, you see he popping in.
Mm-hmm.
Rain, sleet, or snow, he popping in.
Yeah.
So most of the time he got cursed out, but eventually people started giving him business,
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that's our issue is that it's consistency.
Yes, consistency.
So that's what it took back then to actually be successful, is that analog, that high touch.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got high tech, we kind of lost that high touch.
Yeah.
But, and we fortunate, I could touch somebody 1 million times on digitally.
Yes, you can. Emails,
Right.
texts,
DM, Instagram, stuff like that. But still, we don't take advantage of it.
Yeah.
We paid one time Facebook, a couple $100 and expect, we ain't blow up. I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna do that no more. So look how this dude took years to touch these people in person. Then he ate.
Yeah. even back in the day, I used to do EDDM with my postcards, you know, and it was a touch system.
Right.
And it's like I would send 500 cards to this one area.
Right.
And you got to do that month after month after month.
Right. And
eventually, boom, you're going to get that call. And I got that call, and you'll get another one.
Right.
But yeah, you can't just do it one time. Consistency.
Right. So,
because the first time they get it, they throwing it away.
Right.
Second time, throwing it away.
Well, same thing in social media. I said that to say, looking at the people that came before us that's successful,
Mm-hmm.
we got so much more. We could cast our net further, and we still don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you should be even more a hog and a dog now that you got this. I can sit there and be watching something on TV and an AC and sit there and pounding people. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got a LinkedIn. If you got less than 5,000 people on your LinkedIn, you slipping.
Mm-hmm.
You got an Instagram. You using it just to scroll and check on people. The person that you hate in high school, you slipping.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tool that you could touch multiple people and that they're on for your business.
You can get in their living room.
Right now.
You know.
So you should be as consistent as those old school milkmen, insurance agents, just on a digital standpoint. Now instead of touching, 200 people a week, you should be touching 2,000 people a day, consistently. So and that's what social media brings. It allows you to amplify your touch system, high touch, and still don't lose out on high touch either. You should be high touch and high tech. That's what I preach all the time in my marketing class. So again, we at the 20-minute mark. We got a couple of more minutes here. Anything else you want to add in recession? How to survive this recession?
Well, like I said, like we said before, spending your money on the things that matter, not splurging and doing those other things, going out to eat. Eat at home 4 nights a week instead of 3 or 4 or 5 doing Uber Eats or DoorDash.
Right.
Finding those multiple streams of income. It's ways to get that, keep that money in. Keep a track of your expenses. So if you see that you're spending, just recently, I've been spending money on HBO Max. I ain't looked at HBO Max in I don't know how many months.
Right.
First thing I did, I called them up, cancel this. Just things like that. And that will help you during this time. And don't be scared. Like you said, invest.
Right.
Invest your money.
Right.
This is not the time to just hoard it.
Right.
And put it under the mattress.
Right. How many people got rich by saving money?
Nobody. They lost money.
You lose money because even if you break even, you lost because inflation 7%.
Yeah.
So
that's when you're paying $90 to fill up your tank.
Right. So the money that was 100 last couple of years is not 100 no more. Is money is actually debt. That's because it depreciates.
It's depreciating, yeah.
So saving money is not the way. You have to have your money work for you, and the money will not work for you if it's in the bank. Oh, let me say one other thing too. If you don't have the life insurance policies,
life insurance,
the universal index life insurance policy, where it's getting at 9% every year, and you use your own stuff as a bank. You
not term life.
Yeah. So get the universal whole life insurance policy. Get a life insurance policy on everybody. That's another thing. Like people have. So somebody's gonna kick the bucket. We all gonna kick the bucket. So instead of doing a GoFundMe, why not? Why not have that life insurance policy? You can get together. Your whole family can get there. We talked about last episode. We talked about collaboration and cooperation. That's one thing we didn't mention is that everybody should have insurance on everybody else in the family. And y'all can either do like some of the Asian culture do, where y'all all put in a pot, collect together, and y'all split it up, or you can pay the policy yourself. Like you don't have to be related to a person to have a policy on a person. Yeah. As long as that person agrees, I can have insurance policy on you. And one thing for sure, 2 things for certain, is you will kick the bucket.
For sure.
Yeah, this is man I win. And then if I happen to go before you, I can get that to my beneficiary and they can keep
they get it. Yeah.
You know, so one thing for sure, two things for certain, you will die. So that's, you know, you can't be scared to have life insurance policy on, you know. And then that's one thing I want to say is mortgage insurance. If you don't have mortgage insurance, you're missing the boat. Because think about it, a lot of us lose properties. We didn't pay 2/3, we didn't pay half of it. You know, and something happened to grandma, something happened to grandpa, something happened to daddy, something happened.
And we can't pay the
And
rest.
we can't pay the note because you got you. Cause don't forget, we solo artists. We talked about this last week. We solo artists, so I got my note. So let me go ahead and let the bank take that. All that equity gone. So everything you
You
grab,
just gave it to the bank. Now
gave
somebody
it to
else
the
is gonna
bank.
buy it,
and
and they
get
gonna
the
do
deal.
what you could have done.
Right. So an inexpensive way to combat that is through mortgage insurance. To where, you know, let's say you got a $300,000 property, you got $300 of the term life insurance or whatever, and then you do where you either get it back or you get a debt benefit. So let's say each year it's sliding down or whatever. I don't want to get too technical, but let's say you're paying $100 a month, and we that's one night eat. So sacrifice that one night of eating. We talk about obedience is better than sacrifice. So being obedient and studious, pay that $100, and then if something happens to your loved one, that $300,000 come in as a debt benefit. Boom, pay that thing out. That way, I got that property free and clear, as opposed to let the bank take all that equity.
And getting a go fund me.
Right.
It's not life insurance.
Right, right. And you got not only pay that thing out, but you got life, so you can have a nice burial, so on and so forth. So get that mortgage life insurance. If you don't know anybody that carry mortgage life insurance, you know, we're gonna get real soon somebody that affiliate with the program that does mortgage life insurance. But that's an important thing because one thing for sure, two things for certain. You know, it will happen. So might as well be prepared.
Yeah.
You know, there's no shame in being prepared. I don't understand in our community that's a big taboo.
Yeah.
It's a big no-no. It's like not talked about. Be prepared. You know, why not take $50 to $100 a month and pay insurance? Because it will happen.
Yeah.
That's one of the investments that's for sure you're gonna pay off.
Yeah.
you know, for
Yeah.
sure it's guaranteed. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
And that could set you up to take care of your family.
Right.
Kids going to school or to college and things.
Right.
I mean that's that money you need. Now that you don't have to worry about paying the house note anymore. So now you can have that money saved up and put to the side or whatever's left after you pay the house off.
Right. Why not be safe than sorry? I don't get it. I'm glad you mentioned that HBO Max, Netflix, all these subscription-based things that we pay for. We go out and spend money on bottles. You go throw hundreds of the ones on the stripper. But you don't have life insurance.
Or your lights off.
Or lights on. Well, you put $5 of gas in your car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's priorities.
There it is right there. Priorities.
Right. So get
what's important to you.
Right. So that should be one of the most important things is getting that insurance because that's one of the safest investments that you can make. And then a lot of if you get whole life insurance, they got cash values to it. It's going to your net worth.
Yeah.
So you got stuff that you can do. You can borrow against it. I mean, that's one of the safest, simplest investments you can do. So why so many of people? It's a foreign concept to us.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna ramble too long. It's about that 25-minute mark. Let's go and wrap it up. Again, my name is Brandon B. Dixon. I'm a published author, serial entrepreneur, mortgage broker. Go to my website www.applywithb if you want to get some of that land. You want to get mortgages. You want to get the mentorship. The whole diaspora. Give me a call, 832-775-8357. Barry, let them know where to.
All right, Barry Boston, 832-786-1270. You can Google me, Homes by Barry B. I'm there.
We're not going to keep you that long, man. If y'all like the show, hit our Cash App.
Subscribe.
Yeah, $, excuse me, $, the power of ownership. Go to our YouTube, being a loan officer, and like and subscribe. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it, so on and so forth. So this is going to be on YouTube here coming in a second. So from there, don't forget that God is a verb and personal responsibility is your only savior. With that, let's say peace.